Simplifying square roots is all about perfect squares. A perfect square is any number times itself. 1 is a perfect square because 1 times 1 is 1. 4 is a perfect square because 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. There are an infinite number of perfect squares. Any of these numbers, when I take the square root, I get a nice answer. The square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. The square root of 64 is 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. The square root of 100 is 10, because 10 times 10 is 100. If our number isn't a perfect square, we try to break it down using perfect squares. The way we do that is we find the largest perfect square that divides evenly into our number. So if I ask you to simplify the square root of 50, the largest perfect square that divides evenly into 50 is 25. 50 is 25 times 2. I can take the square root of 25, that's 5, it's a whole number, it goes out front now because I took the square root. Left underneath then is the 2 that I couldn't take the square root of. 5 radical 2, 5 root 2, however you want to say it, is really 5 times root 2. It's just that we don't normally put that times there, it's understood to be there. If I ask you to do the square root of 24, the largest perfect square in 24 is 4. It's 4 times 6. I can take the square root of 4. It's a whole number 2. Left underneath then is the 6 that I couldn't take the square root of. One more example. The square root of 72. Students often grab 72, and because they practice their times tables, they recognize that 72 is 9 times 8. 9 is a perfect square, but the problem is 8 still has a perfect square in it. That tells you that there's a bigger perfect square in 72 than 9. In fact, 8 is 4 times 2, and that 4 and that 9 are both perfect squares. 4 times 9 gives me the biggest perfect square. 36 goes into 72 twice. I can take the square root of 36, that's 6. Left underneath the root then is the 2 that we couldn't take the square root of. If a square root already has a number in front, like 3 root 48, again, I'm looking for that biggest perfect square in 48. The biggest perfect square that divides into 48 is 16. 16 times 3. I can take the square root of 16. The square root of 16 goes out front as a 4. Remember, there's times between the 3 and the root. So when I take the square root of 16, which is 4, and I take it out front, I have to multiply. 3 times 4 makes 12. 12 root 3 then is our answer. If I said simplify 6 root 18, the largest perfect square in 18 is 9. 9 times 2. The square root of 9 is 3. I can take that 3 out front. And remembering that there's multiplication there. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 root 2 then is my answer. Last example. (15) radical 200. 200. The largest perfect square in 200 is 100. 100 times 2. The square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 15 is 150. 150 radical 2. Now, as a last note, finding the biggest perfect square can Take some practice with the calculator. Helps if you know your times tables. But there are a couple of tricks you can use to find that number. Check out my last slide here. If you go to Mr. Caldwell's classroom page, you'll see a link on the left side for resources. Under that, you'll see a link for a Google Sheet factor table, which will give you the table you see on this page. You can do the same kind of thing with the graphing calculator. If you find the button where you enter your equations and you punch in the number you want, like 340, divided by your variable, x, and then go to the table function, and you'll get the same thing. All you want are whole number factors, so you're going to ignore the decimals. Looking at the table and ignoring the decimals, the largest perfect square I can see is 4. 4 times 85. So the square root of 340, I'm going to rewrite as 4 times 85. I can take the square root of 4. It is 2. So 2 root 85 then is my answer. One last example. 189. If I had 3 radical 189 that I was trying to simplify, I'm looking for whole number factors. And looking down the list, I see the largest perfect square in 189 is 9. So I'll rewrite that as 9 times 21. I can take the square root of 9. It goes out as a 3. But there's already a 3 out front, so I'll take 3 times 3. That gives me 9. 9 root 21 is my answer.